I never thought I'd be the kind of man to say this out loud. Honestly, I didn't even think this kind of thing happened to real people, not like this. But I found my girlfriend's sex tape on a porn site. And no, she didn't send it to me. I didn't ask for it. I didn't even know it existed. I stumbled onto the truth in the worst way possible, through someone else's mistake. Or cruel curiosity. I felt like my entire world turned to glass at that moment, cracking from the inside out. It wasn't just betrayal. It was a bomb going off in the life we built together. Her name is Jamie. We'd been together for 8 years. Not a fling. Not a phase. 8 years of life built brick by brick. Birthdays shared, racing to hospitals in tears, weekend trips to nowhere, family holidays, graduation parties and funerals, laughter and tears. We built an apartment together, room by room, from picking tiles to choosing paint. Even our kitchen table, we made that together at my grandfather's farm. I remember putting finishing varnish on it, the smell of cedar filling the air, her laughing when we messed up the screws and had to sand everything again. That table became the heart of our home. Every gravestone, every bill we paid, every celebration, centered around that table. So that table meant everything to me. It was our anchor, our foundation. And when that moment hit me, it felt like that table cracked and collapsed too. 3 weeks ago, a friend of mine, Mike, messaged me out of nowhere. He didn't say much, just said, "Bro, are you home?" I told him yeah. He showed up with Alex, another close friend. Both of them looked pale. Nervous. Like they'd seen a ghost. Like they carried a secret too heavy to bear. I remember noticing how Alex's hands shook, and Mike's gaze kept flickering away, like he didn't want to see the guilt in his own eyes. Mike sat down in silence, pulled out his phone, and opened a porn site. He looked at me with this mixture of fear and pity and just said, "Please don't freak out." Then he tapped play. I felt my heart stop for a second, like the world held its breath with me. At first, I didn't realize what I was seeing. A girl on a bed moaning softly. But then the camera angle shifted. And I saw her. Jamie. Clear as day. Her face, her voice, her laugh. The way she tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. There was no doubt in my mind. It was her. The horror didn't hit me right away. It seeped in slowly, like poison. My skin felt cold, detached. I felt like I watched my life become something alien. I didn't stay longer than 60 seconds. I couldn't. My stomach flipped. I ran to the bathroom and vomited like my insides were trying to escape. I saw my reflection in the mirror, eyes glazed, face pale, hands shaking. I looked like a scared kid. The person in the mirror was someone I didn't recognize anymore. That night I didn't go home. I couldn't. Alex offered his couch. I crashed there, not sleeping, just staring at the ceiling. My mind replayed every moment of our history. First kiss, first fight, first "I love you," first heartbreak. I was ghosting through my own memories. I drank, I cried, I passed out mid-sentence, and woke up wearing the same clothes, feeling like someone else's body carried me. It was like I existed but didn't live. The next morning, I went home. Jamie was humming while brushing her hair, asking if I wanted coffee. She seemed normal. Happy. Oblivious. I couldn't even speak. I just said, "Sit down." We sat across from each other at that kitchen table we built together. Everything in me trembled, my hands, my lips, my voice. She looked at me, puzzled. I asked, "Is there anything you want to tell me?" She said, "No, why? What's wrong?" So I showed her the video. What happened next was chaos. She broke, I mean really collapsed. Like watching glass shatter in slow motion. She screamed, cried, fell to her knees. Begged me not to leave her. Repeated, "I didn't know." Over and over, as if that would undo what happened. She clawed at the floor, at the air, at nothing. Her voice cracking. Her posture collapsing. I couldn't even speak, I was just crying. I whispered, "It's over." She didn't argue. She didn't fight. She just collapsed. Her eyes went blank. She curled up on the floor like a scared child. Didn't move. Didn't speak. I carried her to bed. She was shaking violently. I wrapped a blanket around her, pressed her against me, and called her parents. All I could do was hold her and pray. They came within an hour. Her mother screamed when she saw her. Her father stood frozen, eyes empty, like he'd been punched in the gut. I told them she needed help. Real help. I couldn't handle this alone. Eventually, they made me tell the whole story. I didn't want to, but I felt forced. I showed them the video. I watched Jamie's mother cry like I'd never seen anyone cry before. Her father stared out the window, silent and broken. They took her to the university mental health clinic that same day. She was diagnosed with acute stress reaction and a spontaneous psychological breakdown. Her family filed a cybercrime report, claiming the video wasn't consensual. Jamie, when she spoke, said she had no idea she was being filmed. And that part? I believe. Even now, after all this, I believe that part. Even when everything else seemed to collapse, that truth remained. She said she met the guy online, some Korean national visiting the country. She claimed it was just one night. But that was a lie. The videos showed 2 different rooms, different days, different outfits. 2 nights. She lied again. It was like every lie was a deeper stab. The investigators pulled hotel records, chat logs, DMs. They tried to reconstruct everything. But it was too late. The man was already out of the country. The cameras? Gone. No tangible evidence that the filming was non-consensual. No justice. Just digital scars that will never fully fade away. Her family begged me to stay. Said she needed someone she trusted, someone who understood her, who loved her. They leaned on me like I was the only bedrock left. So I stayed. I thought love meant staying. That was my mistake. Because 8 days later, at exactly 3:12 a.m., I got a phone call. Jamie had locked herself in the bathroom with a kitchen knife, screaming my name over and over. Her voice fractured. My heart shattered. I drove like a man possessed. I didn't care if I crashed. I didn't care if the police pulled me over. I just needed to get to her. When I arrived, she ran into my arms. Pale, exhausted. Her eyes so swollen she could barely keep them open. She whispered, "I'm so sorry," at least 50 times. And all the fury inside me vanished. Because this wasn't about cheating anymore. This was a woman having a full mental collapse. The worst part? She was the one who saved me when I was breaking. She sat with me through nights of silence, cooked for me when I couldn't stand. She wrote affirmations in my journal when I felt worthless. She held me when I thought I had nothing left. She saved me once, and now she needed saving. So I stayed. That entire night I held her, rubbed her back, watched her sleep like I used to before everything fell apart. I cried again quietly, silently, like a penance. The next morning, her sister Rebecca sat me down. Told me this was Jamie's 3rd mental episode. Her mother had cancer. Her father worked nonstop. No one left to care for her. They needed me. Just a little longer. Until she found solid ground again. I said yes. Again. But after a week, I realized I couldn't keep doing this. Not because I stopped caring, but because I was dying inside. My appetite vanished. Sleep felt suffocating. Breathing felt like torture. I was living in the ruins of something that used to be love. I got help. I saw a therapist. I talked to my own family. And I found out Jamie had been secretly planning our future. She'd asked my aunts about engagement rings, ways to surprise me. All this, behind my back. And that broke me all over again. So I made a decision. I packed my things. I left. I gave her the list of doctors, numbers, appointments, everything she needed. I told her family they were in charge now. And I walked away from her life. She never gave me a real explanation. Never offered a real why. And you know what? I don't need one anymore. Because I know who I was, loyal, present there. I was a good man to her. She was a beautiful partner, until she wasn't. Now I'm free. And though the pain lingers, I finally feel peace. Sometimes, the person you'd lay down your life for turns out to be the one holding the gun. But I won't change who I am. Because I loved, truly, deeply, honestly. And that is nothing to be ashamed of.